We're at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for a 9-race programme on the back of a big weekend at Sha-Tin, which we'll be looking back on in a moment with the Lion Rock Trophy. A very warm welcome to Racing to Win, though. I'm Andrew Lejeune. Please say I'm joined by our form analyst Paul Alley and race caller Mark McNamara as well. Mark, and a bit of class on show in the feature race. Mark, the 7th, Class 2 of the 1800.
There is indeed, Andrew. Reliable team and Columbus County recently have run in the Derby. Butterfield's been racing well. Helena Baby found some form stepping up to ground last time. Righteous Doctrine has been absolutely flying. It's going to be a very good race to tune into on Wednesday night.
Looking forward to that, Paul, and looking forward to the triple trio as well, because there's a nice little jackpot that will boost things up a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, Andrew. 7.1 million, so a really good jackpot there. Expecting to get up to 12 million for a single winning $10 unit. So it's a really nice jackpot there. Now, the races look really good. There's plenty of form around as well. Lots of last start winners. I think Sky Show, who won very impressively last time, will probably start one of the shortest price favourites of the night.
All right, Joe Mayer and Zach Purton have 9 rides apiece, and the trainers' title race is hotting up as well, as we can sort of check on as well as we look back on the weekend action with our racing review. So the Lion Rock Trophy was a feature race. It was a Group 3 contest at Sha-Tin. 1,600 metres was the trip, but it was a handicap. So Southern Legend, last start Group 1 winner where he beat Beauty Generation, had to give big weight away to the favourite on the outside there in the pink sleeves, Mike Beauty Legacy. He was disappointing again, though.
Yeah, he definitely was, wasn't he? You can see this was a brilliantly rated run here from Car Ying Star. Chad Schofield had the horse going really nicely. And look, it was a great run by Southern Legend. He had to carry 133, just couldn't quite peg back the winner. And General's Delight out of the handicap. What a run from him, Mark.
Absolutely, Paul. And Fast Most Furious, the unlucky story of the race. Across heels, late and charged up in those red, white and blue colours. Beauty Legacy just fired up in the middle. He actually put Southern Legend 3 wide when he got keen down the back the first time. And you mentioned Tony Cruz, Andrew. Fantastic week, and there's only 5 between him and Ricky Yu. Now, Ricky on 57, Tony's moved to 52. Yeah,
it was a good day for Chad Schofield as well with a double. And Car Ying Star, Paul, he's danced every dance this season, so a much-deserved piece of silverware for him.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sure he was pleased not to see Beauty Generation in the field there. Look, he went to the front and well rated and won nicely and went up 2 points for it.
Yeah, the big move was winning Dreamer. Mark, who got 10 for his debut win.
A wonderful win too. Beautiful style of a horse. He goes on to 62. Car Ying Star is up 2. Hinian Swiftness is up 6. He won again from barrier number 14 this time. Racing Fighter goes up 5. And Paul, yeah, long shot, Mr. Croissant went up 6 after his first up win.
Yeah, he loves it fresh up, doesn't he?
He does, and we'll see that win in a moment or so as well, because they were the big winners on the day. We'll see if we can find out some more, though, with our horses to follow. There are a few first starters kicking around on the weekend then, Paul, and one of them caught your eye.
Yeah, Jenny made this horse her long shot on the day and on the back of some pretty good trials. I'm jumping on her bandwagon a little bit here with Maldives. Look, the horse got well back. You can see on heels, couldn't get a gap, but once he did get into the clear, I thought he hit the line really nicely. So there's plenty more to come from him. This is only his first start here in Hong Kong. He did run 6th. That's where he eventually ended up. But the best part of his work, I think, here was the last 50 metres away he hit the line.
And Hinian Swiftness, that was him going back-to-back from the front again at big odds, nearly 20 to 1, I think. Mark, what did you spot?
Son of McPhee, Andrew, having his second start, very similar to his first start. That was 1,200, this was 1,400, and he's run on in both of them. He just got held up on the inside of Super Red Dragon. Circuit number 1 and Party Genius are in front of him. He's trained by David Hall, and the further they went, the closer he got, as he did on debut. He might be looking for a mile. 1,400 is going to suit him, and anything further than that. He's run on well both starts. I expect him to just keep getting better and better with racing. You can see his last 50 metres, he starts to take some further ground off them. So, Son of McPhee.
All right, the last race for me, another horse making his Hong Kong debut. This horse is called Armando. He was unbeaten in 3 starts in South Africa, including a Grade 3 contest for Brett Crawford when winning as a 2-year-old. Now, there was a protest there. He protested against the horse in front of him there, Lucky Express in the purple jacket. He took his ground late on. Ultimately, it was dismissed. But a really striking performance. That's Mr. Croissant bursting through there. And that was the second of Chad Schofield's winners on the afternoon. But Armando, there he goes. Now he just has to check off heels, but rattles or rallies again, only beaten a neck I'm sure a win isn't too far away from him if he can back that up next time out. So those were the horses to follow on the weekend. Hopefully they can get us a quick return when we see them back out at the track next. Now, as far as suspensions and fines were concerned, Matthew Poon picked up 1 day. He'll sit out the 10th of June, and that was it for the weekend. Now, Wednesday nights at Happy Valley, we've got the 9 races. Feature race comes up as race number 7. It's meeting number 76 of the season as well, and we are on the A course. The rail is in the true position. We start off with the longest race of the night, in actual fact, 2,200 metres. It's a Class 3, headed by Golden Spectrum, who was behind Beauty Happy last time out over the 1,800 metres up in trip. Vinci was also coming out of the Beauty Happy race last time. He was down the field. Blastoise was second in that race. Clement Legends, a 4-time course and distance winner. Beauty Happy winning that race, but worse off at the weights with his rivals here. And Methane up in class, up in trip as well. Blinkers off, cheek pieces go on for the first time. David Ferraris and Karis Teeton combine there. Now, as far as being on the road is concerned, Clement Legend is the only one from barrier number 4. He's been up at Chung Fa in the last 30 days, Mark.
And Andrew, the last time we had a Class 3 over the 2,200 metres, they ran it absolutely flat out. The speed map says it will be slow this time, and Beauty Happy maybe not going the pace he did in that 2,200 metre race where he knocked up from in front. Blastoise handy around Magnetism. Tangmere and Clement Legend around midfield. Golden Spectrum. Vinci, who was aided by that hot speed last time, sits second last with Methane back at the tail end.
Yeah, only 8-runner race this one. Vinci, look, his best run, I think, has been over this 2,200 metre trip. Zach Purton rode him on that occasion. He'll ride him again for Douglas White. His work's been good. Blastoise, another out-and-out stayer, this horse. He's had a really good season to date. He's won a couple of times, and the 2,200 metres looks like it'll pose no problems for him. He goes well in his track work. And the other one we're going to have a look at here is Methane. He's got a staying pedigree as well. He's going to step up from 1,650 to 2,200 metres, but the way he races, I don't think it's going to be a problem for him, and he goes nice in his work. So, as you can imagine, all very fit horses, these ones.
All right, well, let's have a look at some of them in action, starting off with a win of Beauty Happy last time out. This is over the 1,800 metres. Blastoise, Golden Spectre, and Vinci, not his best effort, but the start before he'd run well over this trip, Mark.
He had, Andrews. Beauty Happy is leading for home here. He's able to kick on. He didn't quite go as fast as he did over the 2,200 metres going back 3 starts ago. This was 1,800. Blastoise just keeps on the inside. Golden Spectrum, Paul, out of this race should appreciate the step up. He's never raced further than 1,800 in Hong Kong, but he has raced over 1,900 prior to coming here. Yeah,
he has. So, look, I think it's going to suit this horse. He's going to carry the big weight, but the way he's finishing off his races and the informed stable as well.
All right, what about Tangmere? He's had a good season here at Happy Valley. The 2,200 metres unknown for him at the city circuit for the first time, but if there's no pace on, Paul, he's got a pretty decent sprint.
I think that's the key for him, isn't it? Because he looked just a little bit one-paced, I thought, here over the 1,800 metres. He comes back to Happy Valley where he has had those 2 wins before. After that, he ran a 3rd and then he's run the 7th. So I'm just a little bit wary of whether the form is just taping off ever so slightly.
Yeah, Zach's elected to jump off and will ride Vinci in the race. Back to Happy Valley would give you some confidence. He did run over 2,000 metres too at Rose Hill in the Tulloch Stakes, so he has been tried over further than what we've seen here in Hong Kong.
All right, Methane, the last one to have a look at. And again, his winning form is over shorter than this, the 1,650, but again off a slow tempo. He's got a pretty decent kick, Paul.
Yeah, he definitely has. I'm going to go with him because he comes in really well at the weights, this horse. He's 118 pounds. I'm going to put the cheek pieces on for the first time and take these blinkers off over the longer trip. He's a winner this season, over 1,650. And the way he finishes off his races, I think 22 looks ideal.
Yeah, not a lot of traffic to get past him, and After Me came from well back, and Epta Wins was racing well too. He split them in that race with, as Paul said, no weight on his back. He's a real hope.
All right, real competitive start to the night. So, Paul, Golden Spectrum favourite for the first.
Yeah, I've got him in there, but I think Methane with the light weight just meets him better at the weight. So 8 to beat 1. Vinci, I think 2,200 metres is his go. The run 2 starts ago was very good behind Happy Sebring. And then Blastoise is another one who's been consistent over the season, and 2,200 metres will be no problems for him. 8, 1, 2, 3.
David Ferraris to dominate race number 1 on Wednesday night. Gone the 3 Blastoise. He's very honest. He's run second behind Beauty Happy and Ensemble, as we have seen in the replay. He's unknown over 2,200 metres, but it's not a big field. So 3 Blastoise on top. 8 Methane, the stablemate. Karis Teeton with the ride. As Paul said, carries no weight. Golden Spectrum to run 3rd, like the way he finished behind Beauty Happy. And I threw Tangmere in. Was either Tangmere or Vinci. Vinci had the speed on last time. The run to suit only him, and the other winner of that race, Happy Sebring, got back in the field and ran on. 3, 8, 1 and 5 in race number 1.
Those sort of prices, Tangmere does look quite attractive, but I ended up with Methane as well. Methane on top in race number 1 for me.